In this video, we will learn how to practice a Surya Namaskar. So stand on the top of your mat with your feet together. Join your hands in prayer position at your chest. Inhale deeply, raise your arms up and gently arch your back. Keep your hands parallel to your ears as you stretch upward. Exhale and bend forward from the hips, keeping your spine straight. Place your hands beside your feet, letting your head relax towards your knees. Inhale and step your right leg back and place your knee on the mat. Breathe deeply as you hold this posture. Tuck your right toes in and step your left leg back and join both legs together in downward dog pose. Press your heels towards the floor and keep your spine elongated. Inhale and shift forward into a plank pose. Ensure your body forms a straight line from head to heels. Hold this posture for a few breaths. This helps in building your core strength. Exhale and drop your knees, keeping your elbows tucked close to your body. Lower your chest and chin down to the mat in Ashtanga Namaskar. Your hips should remain slightly elevated. Inhale and slide forward into Cobra pose. Keep your elbows close to your sides as you lift your chest and open up through your heart. Spread your toes out and relax your shoulders away from your ears. Now tuck your toes in and exhale and push back into downward dog pose. Take a deep breath and feel the stretch through your back and legs. Now step your right foot forward, followed by your left foot, bringing them together. Now inhale and rise up, arch your back gently and stretch your arms upward. Exhale and lower your arms and bring your hands back into prayer position at your chest. Now inhale deeply, raise your arms up, gently arch your back, keep your hands parallel to your ears as you stretch upward. Exhaling, bend forward from the hips. Keeping your spine straight, place your hands beside your feet, letting your head relax towards your knees. Inhale and step your left leg back and place your knee on the mat. Breathe deeply as you hold this posture. Tuck your left toes in. Now take your right leg back, joining the left leg. And now inhaling, come in the plank pose. Keep your body in the straight line. And then exhaling, drop your knees, drop your chest, keep your elbows tucked to your body. Then spread your toes out and slide into Cobra pose. And now exhaling, come back in the downward dog pose. And then bring your left foot forward in between your palms. And then tuck your right toes in, lift your knees off the floor. And then bring your right leg joining the left leg. Take a few breaths here and now inhale and rise up, arch your back gently and stretch your arms upward. Exhale and lower your arms and bring your hands back into a prayer position. Now take a few deep breaths while you stand in prayer position. This completes one round of Surya Namaskar. We will practice this Surya Namaskar, but here the focus will be on holding each and every pose for a few seconds. Now stand at the top of your mat with your feet together. Join your hands in prayer position at your chest and inhale deeply. Raise your arms up and gently arch your back. Keep your hands parallel to your ears as you stretch upward. Now exhaling, bend forward from the hips, keeping your spine straight. Place your hands beside your feet, letting your head relax towards your knees. Now stay in this posture. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and with every exhalation, bring your head closer to your knees, but keep your spine straight. Breathe in and then step your right leg back. Place your knee on the mat. Release your hands and rest them on your left thigh. Feel the stretch in your left thigh and hamstrings. Breathe in and breathe out as you hold this posture. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings, calf muscles. Now tuck your right toes in and step your left leg back and join both legs together in downward dog pose. Press your heels towards the floor and keep your spine elongated. Take a few deep breaths here. Now inhale and shift forward into a plank pose. Ensure your body forms a straight line from head to heel. Hold this posture for a few breaths. Plank pose is extremely good to strengthen your core. Now exhale and drop your knees. Keep your elbows tucked close to your body. Lower your chest and chin down to the mat in Ashtanga Namaskara. Your hips should remain slightly elevated. Now inhale and slide into Cobra pose. Keep your elbows close to your body as you lift your chest and open through your heart. Now exhaling and come into a downward dog pose. Take a few deep breaths and now bring your right leg forward. Release your hands and place them on your right thigh. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings, calf muscles. And now release your hands, tuck your left toes in and bring your left leg joining the right leg. Now relax in this posture. Keep your head towards your knees. And now inhaling, arch your back, and exhaling, bring your hands in prayers. The half set of Surya Namaskar is over. Now we'll move towards the other half. So hands in prayer, raise your arms, arch your back, and then exhaling, bend forward from your hips. Bring your hands beside your feet. Now take your left leg back. Release your hands, place them on your right thigh. Feel the stretch in your hamstring, calf muscles. And then release your hands, tuck your toes in and take your right leg back, joining the left leg in downward dog. Now inhaling, come in the plank pose. And then drop your knees, drop your chest, keep your elbows tucked in, hips elongated. Now slide into Cobra pose. Hold the pose for a few breaths and then exhaling, come in the downward dog pose. Now bring your left foot forward. Release your hands, place them on thigh. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Then tuck your toes in and bring your right leg in front, joining the left leg. And now inhaling, raise your arms, arch your back, and exhaling, hands in prayer. Practice the Surya Namaskar every day and try and hold every posture for a few seconds, for a few breaths to actually feel the results. This variation of Surya Namaskar is for intermediate or advanced practitioners. So stand at the top of your mat with your feet together. Join your hands in prayer position at your chest. Inhale deeply, raise your arms up and gently arch your back. Keep your hands parallel to your ears as you stretch upward. Exhale and bend forward from the hips, keeping your spine straight. Place your hands beside your feet, letting your head relax towards your knees. Now take your right leg back. Release your hands and place them on your left thigh. Feel the stretch in your pelvic area and your hamstrings. And now take your left leg back, joining the right leg in downward dog. Now inhale and come in the plank pose. Now from plank, remove your left hand and raise it straight up towards the ceiling, stacking your shoulders and coming into side plank. Keep your hips lifted and engage your core. Hold the posture for a few breaths. This posture builds your core strength. Now exhale, return to the plank pose and then transition to downward dog pose. Inhale and shift forward into a plank pose again. And then this time raise your right hand straight up into a side plank. Hold this posture again for a few breaths, focusing on balance and strength. Now exhale, return to a downward dog pose. Hold the stretch for a few breaths. Now inhale and lift your right leg towards the ceiling, keeping your hips square. Feel the stretch in your right calf and hamstring as you balance your body on your left leg, shoulders and arms. Exhale and bring the right leg down into downward dog, and now inhale, raise your left leg towards the ceiling. Feel the stretch deepen in your left calf and hamstring with every exhalation. Exhale and bring the left leg down, return to the downward dog pose. Now come to the plank pose and then drop your knees, chest, chin to the floor with elevated hips. Now release your hands and bring them behind your back, interlocking the fingers. And stretch your shoulders. Hold this posture for a few breaths, feeling the opening across your chest and shoulders. Bring your hands back to the mat and slide into cobra pose. Inhale as you lift your chest, keeping your elbows close to your body. Spread your toes and relax your shoulders away from your ears. Now tuck your toes in and exhale and bring your body back into downward dog pose. And inhale and shift forward into plank pose. Now slowly exhaling, lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Then inhale into upward facing dog. Then exhaling into downward facing dog. Then again inhale and come into a plank pose. Then exhale Chaturanga. Then again inhale upward facing dog. Then exhale downward facing dog. Then again inhale, come in the plank pose. Then again exhale Chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog. And then exhaling downward facing dog. Then again inhale plank pose, exhale Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale upward facing dog. Then exhale downward facing dog. And then again inhale plank pose, exhale Chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog. Then exhale downward facing dog. And now hold here and then bring your right leg forward. Release your hands and place them on your thigh. Feel the stretch. Then bring your left foot forward. Let your head relax towards your knees. Palms beside your feet. Hold this posture for a few breaths and then inhaling, arch your back and then exhaling, hands in prayer. Now take a few deep breaths, relaxing your heart, completing one round of Surya Namaskar. This completes the sequence in a mindful and flowing rhythm. Repeat as needed for a full practice. Thank you very much.